Are you thinking about moving to Windsor Essex County? Then this video is for you. Let's dive into the real pros and cons of living here. I'll give you the inside scoop on what it's really like so you can make the best decision for you and your family. Hey everyone, it's Kris Ramotar here, your local realtor in Windsor Essex County. If you're considering moving here or are just curious about what it's like to live in this part of Ontario, stick around. Today, I'm diving deep into the real pros and cons of living in Windsor Essex County. By the end of this video, you will have a much clearer picture of whether this area is the right fit for you and your family. And oh, by the way, if you're considering moving to Windsor Essex County, whether it's buying, selling, relocating, please feel free to reach out to us. We help people like you make the right decision every single month. We have helped many families like you buy or sell a home in our local area. Let's get into our video. First up, let's talk about the housing market. Affordable housing is one of the biggest draws of Windsor Essex County. Compared to other regions in Ontario or in Canada, homes are significantly more affordable here. Whether you're looking for a modern condo in Windsor, a cozy bungalow in Tecumseh, or a spacious family home in LaSalle, you'll find that your dollar stretches much further here. This affordability isn't just for home buyers, it extends to rent as well, making the area accessible for a wide range of budgets. We have lots of homes choices here for you and your family, from condos starting in the low 300,000 all the way to homes in the millions, and these are normally ginormous home with pools, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom in great family location. And if you want more details, I have a video already ready to go and I'll set it up for you. Just send me a message. Now let's talk about location. Windsor Essex County is uniquely positioned right on the US border, just across from Detroit. This proximity to the United States offers residents here locally easy access to amenities, job opportunities to major American city while still enjoying the benefits of living in Canada, whether it's for work, shopping, or entertainment. Having Detroit right next door adds a whole new dimension to living here. We quite often go across the border there to shop, as well as get cheap flights because the convenience of the flights are so cheap and so close by, you don't have to drive very far. And for shopping, you have so many choices over there as well if Windsor Essex County do not have what you want. And there's always Amazon. Now, regarding job opportunity, I have several of my clients who are engineers that work in the automotive sector, as well as nurses that work and commute there daily. Now, for them, the incentive is very great because of the US dollar exchange. So that's something to consider if you don't mind driving that extra little bit of border crossing back and forth. The rewards could be great, as well as you have opportunity there that you may not have in Canada. Another big pro is the climate. Our climate here is very mild. We enjoy one of the warmest climate in Canada. Summers are long and warm, perfect for outdoor activities. The winters are a lot milder compared to other parts of the country. This climate also means we have a longer growing season, which is fantastic for local agriculture. If you have a green thumb, perfect for you. Whether you're into gardening, visiting farmers market, or exploring our local wineries, the weather here really enhances your quality of life. We've definitely enjoyed a lot of the warm weather here. As a matter of fact, one of my clients who moved from Ottawa to here sold his snowblower. He's like, I don't need it anymore. And Eastern Ontario, as you go further away from here, sometimes you get a lot of snow. We don't have that. We're blessed, in my opinion. Since living here for the past 20 years, we have gotten maybe a couple of snowstorms every year, but normally it doesn't last long. It melts, or it's gone in days. Windsor Essex County is also known for its rich cultural diversity. This area is a melting pot of different cultures, which is reflected in everything from the food to the festival. This diversity not only adds vibrancy to the community, but also fosters a strong sense of inclusion and belonging. You'll find a wide array of cultural events, from the Carousel of Nations, which we personally visit every year, and as well as music, food festival that celebrate our area diverse culture and heritage. Lastly, let's not forget about a growing economy. Windsor Essex County has seen significant economic growth in recent years, with thriving sectors in automotive, manufacturing, agriculture, and healthcare. The presence of institutions like the University of Windsor and St. Clair College also contributes to a dynamic job market. If you're in these industries, you'll find plenty of opportunities here. Plus, as the region continues to grow, so does the job prospect, making a great place to build a career. And with a new addition of the Gordie Howe Bridge, the new mega hospital here, as well as the new battery plant, I believe we're only going to see growth. All right, now that we've covered the pros, now let's talk about some of the challenges you might face living in Windsor Essex County. First up, the unemployment market. While there are a lot of job opportunities here, especially in automotive and manufacturing, the market can be a bit narrow in some areas. If you're in a very highly specialized field of work or looking for something outside of these dominant industries, you might find fewer options. Additionally, the automotive industry, which has been a cornerstone of Windsor economy, can be subject to fluctuations, at times impacting job stability. A lot of time we have Stellantis, used to be Chrysler, we would have it shut down during the summer when there's a shortage of parts, etc. Next is our public transportation system. If you're used to the extensive public transit system of larger cities such as GTA, Toronto, Vancouver, our local system here might feel limited to you. While there's a decent network within the city, getting around without a car can be a very challenging task, especially if you're in one of the smaller towns in Windsor Essex County. For most people here, having a car is simply a must, which can add to your living cost. We have transit, but it only goes to certain area of the county like Amherstburg, LaSalle. You may have some border of Tecumseh, East Windsor, but beyond that, it's very challenging. So having a car is definitely a must. I know earlier I said our weather is really mild. That's one of the reasons I love it here. Then there's the X factor, which at times it could be very hot, it could be humid, it could be very uncomfortable for you. In my case, I love the heat. So wherever there's sun and heat, I love it. On top of that, while our winters are milder than other parts of Canada, we're not completely free of extreme weather. Sometimes we have thunderstorm, we have tornado watch. We still get the occasional snowstorm or icy event that can disrupt your plans and regular daily life. But this is norm in most cases. Now, this is the part which I don't really like to talk a lot about, because the healthcare here is not very friendly to me and my family, and you might run into some challenges like much of Canada. We have to experience a long wait time for certain healthcare services, especially when it comes to specialists or elective procedures. And if you're living in a more rural part of the county, you might find yourself traveling to Windsor for certain medical services, which isn't always convenient. That is definitely true. Normal procedures sometimes could take a long time to see a specialist. Sometimes it's not even resolved. You may go into the hospital for a normal procedure and you may never come out. The reason I say that, this is what happened to my mom. She went into Windsor Essex County Hospital. I believe it was Windsor Regional Hospital. She went there with a urinary tract infection, and then went into a blood infection, and from one thing led to another. And in the span of, I believe it was October to December, we lost her mom, which I think if they had did dialysis, that would never happen. And they sent her home and she was really swollen. And we could tell my mom's a very small, petite woman, and she was really bloated. So I had a personal bad experience, and that probably left a bad taste in my mouth. So that was my bad experience and bad taste, and it was very tragic. But I can't speak for everyone. But for the most part, I've had recently some good experiences with some good doctor and services. For those of you who have children and daycare is a must, finding reliable daycare here is a big challenge. We personally went through that. We had to wait 2 years to get my daughter into the before and after school program, and the only reason we got her into it because she had to commit full time, and that's how we got into the program. I know right now my client, they're driving at least 45 minutes to get daycare. There was only one daycare available for them, and it was very challenging. They had to wait 5 years to get into the next available daycare. somehow they got into this one, but it's a 45-minute commute. It's very sad and challenging. Now, this is a possibility for some of you who are entrepreneur, could open your own daycare and probably help solve some of the problems and challenges here where we have for a daycare. We have 2 lakes in the area, and there's a lot of beaches here which can be great to enjoy when it's safe to go in the water. E. coli can be a huge challenge at times. Many beaches in the summer you're unable to swim in. As a result of this, you'll have to check the Windsor Essex County Health Unit website. They normally post once a week if it's safe or not to swim in certain area, and they will name the beach and the reading which one is safe to go in and which one is not. One last warning, and this is huge, especially in some areas. There is a strong current in some areas. Be very careful. Many people have lost their lives over the years. Be very careful, please. Please pay close attention to the sign on the beach and don't go into the water. Always stay close to shore. Don't go think you're gonna swim into the calm water and it looks so beautiful. It's a hot summer day. Oh, I'm gonna just take a splash and swim out into it. You may never come back. And yes, just be careful. Lastly, this is like a double-edged sword. We have urban sprawl and traffic congestion. In the past, we never used to have much traffic. Like a drive to certain places would take 30 minutes. Now add another 10 minutes to it. I know you're in like 10 minutes of traffic extra. You're gonna say like 10 minutes extra in traffic is not bad compared to Toronto, Vancouver, many large North American cities or places in the world. This is happening during peak hours. And the reason we're finding this, and I personally experience this, is because I feel we have quite a surge of families like yourself move to our area, and the roads here are not equipped for the traffic, and there's normally, most times, there's one road in, one road out, especially in the county road. It's not double lanes. Some places are, but then they narrow down into a bottleneck. That's where you have lights and traffic and stop signs and traffic lights, which could seem long, but it's not like major bumper to bumper you're stuck. You're gonna have that if there's any major accidents like anywhere else, or something happen like a traffic light is out, a road closure or construction, which is a norm like many places. But you're not gonna see yourself stop in traffic for like an hour, 2 hours stuck. Like that 30 minutes commute gonna become an hour commute. There's a lot of options here, a lot of roads to get on and off. But overall, traffic, especially for people who are here locally, who've been living here for a long time, seem to be abnormal as compared to in the past. For you coming from large cities, I don't think you'll feel any concern about that. I personally didn't, because coming from Toronto and driving a truck for all across North America, to me, driving 30 minutes and adding 5-10 minutes extra, just leave ahead of time, give yourself more space, and you should be fine. Oh, one more thing, this is the X factor as well. Some people may not know this, but there's fish flies or June bugs. This is a sign during the month of June to July that the lake is clean, and this will normally happen if you live close to the water and you leave your lights on. There's going to be a ton of them. So if critters is not something that you're too highly fond of, then this may not be the place for you as well. So there you have it, the real pros and cons of living in Windsor Essex County. It is a fantastic place with a lot to offer, but like anywhere, it has its challenges. Personally, we have lived here for the last 20 years. My family moved from Toronto to here, and a lot of my clients have seen the value here, and they've moved there, and nobody have had much regrets. They all love it here because the cost of living, less traffic, milder climate, and that's why I always tell people, Windsor, yeah, it's not for everyone, but if you're willing for a slow-paced life, affordability, safer community, and all amenities you want in a large city, then this might be the perfect place for you. If you're thinking about making a move to or in Windsor Essex County and want to know more, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help you every step of the way. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real estate tips and insight for Windsor Essex County. See you next time. Bye now.